Okay, I can't believe it. I am finally starting my project of a Café Racer. I am so excited. I've been longing for that moment right now. So I'm gonna take things apart. I think I'm gonna start with the back, with the rear subframe. And by the way, I was saying in a previous video that I don't have any leak. This is not true. There is clearly an oil leak after I started the bike. So I'm gonna have to investigate some of that, but there is so many things to do anyway. I am super excited. This is finally happening. Let's roll the intro. Oh, that was intense. Welcome to my channel. I'm Tristan and today I finally start that project. So without further ado, I'm getting to it. That rear subframe is so fast to take off. I am so surprised. I just had to take care of the harness. This is going to be one of the most complicated things in that project, and it's not very complicated. It's to put the harness hidden in the new subframe and under the seat. That's going to be like the aesthetics part of the back. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna open the subframe I ordered online. I don't have to fabricate one, it's already ordered, it's right here. I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna see if it's really a plug and play. That back is so much better already, and it's gonna be pretty thin, so let's get the subframe and put it on. I even forgot that when I bought it, I had a seat that goes with it. So that's the subframe, and it honestly looks pretty good. Yeah, we can see it pretty right here. So I'm not a fan of buying something that's already made and that everybody else can have, because you can find that online, and I'm gonna put it in the description of that video. You can see exactly where to buy that subframe. This looks good. There is a little bit of rust on it, really not a problem. I can remove that pretty easily. I really want to try on the frame to see how it works, and with it comes a seat, and so I want to see, does it fit? Oh, it shouldn't be so bad. Yeah, if I do that, and then when I'm going to tighten those screws, it's going to basically look like that. Yeah, it's not bad. So again, it's not ideal. I think that in the future I may change it, but for now, to have a working Café Racer in no time, I think this is the best option. So again, I'm going to put that in the description. That's the seat. It looks good. And the most important thing is going to try to put it on the back. Alright, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take the tank off, because that new subframe goes right here as opposed to just here and at the bottom. There is nothing at the bottom with the new subframe. Everything is really high up, and they use that, it's not a bracket, but that attachment for the tank to use for the top of the subframe, and the bottom of the subframe uses those screws right here that were used before. So let's remove the tank. Okay, so it's not completely lined up, the holes with those. So what I'm gonna do is, it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna file those holes to make it work. But that's basically what it's gonna look like. It's gonna make no difference when you look at it. So the end of my subframe is really short. I wanted to have something that was really like vertical with the axle of the rear wheel, and then here it's even shorter. So that's gonna be a really short rear end. It's gonna look good anyway. It's gonna look extremely aggressive, and I wanna have that done fast. So yeah, gonna find those holes, and then just to make sure that it can fit, let me find a file. Yeah, it's not gonna work with this one. I'm gonna have to buy a bigger one. It's not made for that. So I'm gonna buy a bigger one. Just back from the store and I got my files. I took some mineral spirits to degrease that subframe before I paint it, because I want to paint it. Talking about paint, I want to use clear coat and just clear. I don't know if it's clear coat as in put coat directly on the paint, but this one seems to be with a primer and directly on metal. So because, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sand down the entire piece. There are a few imperfections like welds that I just want to make pretty with a brush and with sanding paper and with a file. When this is all done, when I'm finished with that, I just want to paint it like that. I don't want to paint it black. I just want to do clear and see how it looks like. This raw industrial look. Maybe I hate it and then I paint it in black. I want to try it. And they had these Dremel right here on discount, on sale. $79. I'm gonna put the description, the links for everything I just bought right now. But that Dremel will be very handy for finishing that piece right here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and file that subframe, so I'm gonna fit it on the frame. Okay, this is what it looks like. The holes are good now. I'm just gonna finish, I'm gonna take it off again and I'm gonna sand everything, make sure everything's very pretty. It is, so there is one thing that I noticed on many Café Racers. Every time we take photos from the back, we can see the seat not aligned with the wheel. And I think it's kind of the case here. I feel like my subframe is not exactly in the axis of the rear wheel. It's not bad, but there is something. That's what the subframe looks like. It is resting here on that plate. I need to drill 2 holes on this, so I'm gonna do that. I need to be very cautious because the shock is right here, so I don't want to drill the shock, obviously. So let's go ahead and drill the frame to secure that subframe for good. Some screws. I didn't think of buying screws and I don't know if I'm gonna have the right size. Alright, so I found some screws right here. They are M8 by 16 millimeters. M8 means 8 millimeter diameter by 16 millimeters means 16 millimeter long. So this is obviously metric. I think this is really good. I think the size is perfect. I think it's big enough, it's sturdy, and it's going to be strong to hold me on the bike, no problem. The thing is, this is something that was made for a TV stand, to put the TV stand on the TV. So it's just like a Phillips head. Again, that looks like that. It doesn't look very professional. It's really like DIY. I like to do things very clean. What I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna find some Allen screws online. I just want to do something that's very professional, very clean, so I have peace of mind when I'm on my bike. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna clean up that subframe and I'm gonna prep it for paint. Now the subframe is sanded and I'm gonna paint it, so I'm gonna prepare my bathroom to make it a painting booth and go ahead and paint that subframe. This is the bathroom behind me. And this is gonna become a painting booth. Okay, paint is done. I did 3 coats. I recorded the first coat, that's the one you saw on camera, and then I did 2 other ones. I spread my coats every 10 minutes just to make sure that it's sticky and it really holds on it. So this is done. This needs to cure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for that paint to completely cure before I can correct the runs, because yes, I saw I loaded a little bit of paint on some areas and I have some runs. I'm gonna correct them, so I need to wet sand it in different grades of sanding paper, and I kind of like doing that because it's really making a part perfect, and that's a process that I enjoy. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do that after it's cured, and it's gonna be on another video, on the next video. I will make sure that that subframe is perfect, and then I will mount it on the bike, and then I will put the seat on it, make sure the seat looks really perfect on it too, and if I need to correct anything, I will do that. And then I will put the taillight, which is a LED taillight that I have, and I need to hook it up on the harness because I just have like loose wires. I don't know what to do with them. So that's the whole thing I'm gonna do in the next video. If you like seeing the step-by-step of my build on my channel, consider subscribing to the channel. You will see so much more on that one project and all the other projects I'm gonna have coming after that. If you have any questions or comments, because I feel like I'm very detailed, but maybe I'm not, maybe you have questions, put them down below. I will answer them one by one, and I will see you in the next video. Meantime, keep fixing.